The second week, I seen him running, right? He was running up over to that DMV line super quick. He was like, no, I'm going to get my ID. And then he talked to me afterwards. He's like, I got my ID, I got some money from the plasma, and I got some bus tickets. I'm like, all right, you don't want to get violated, right?
You guys are pushing each other over, jumping over things. This one cheated. Just while I was talking, he just went right to the MBD table while I was still talking. I know. Okay, can I get a round of applause, please, for all of our role players? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now tell me a personal experience after going through the simulation. What was your thoughts behind it?
Yeah, I think it was super interesting, especially thinking about the facilitator's thoughts on the strategy behind it all and how immediately we all kind of went into game mode and started thinking about, okay, where are we going to go first and how do we get there fastest? And just thinking about the way that when you have those skills from past experiences, from jobs, from academic experiences, knowing how to time manage, knowing how to prioritize, and how challenging that would be, and how we kind of kept getting better every round. Okay, I'm going to think about this differently, I'm going to think about it better, and how challenging that would be if you don't have a support, if it's real life and there's a lot more complex things going on than just thinking about it as playing a game.
Right.
So I think it was just really powerful to think about the experiences and those feelings and really sitting in those feelings and just putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Or whatever you can do as an individual or as an entity, as an organization, each thing helps. There's nothing too big or nothing too small to be able to help people in their transition back into the community. And that's really what we want to be able to emphasize here today is what, and I want you to think about, that's my challenge, right, to each and every one of you, is what can you do either as an individual or in your organizational capacity to be able to help somebody coming out of custody to be able to have a successful reentry. So for me, just to give you a quick example of one of the numerous things that happened to me when I was released. I was released with $78 to my name. Clothes on my back is all I had. I was homeless. I had no family support, and I had no finances. Right? I hadn't had a job in like 20 years, and I had to hurry up and find a job.
So I came to San Francisco not knowing anybody. Brand new, I was on my own, all my family's back home. I was luckily able to get into a program and have my fellow peers that were just getting released who are from the Bay Area kind of show me around. So word of mouth was how I built my success. But it was also my barrier, because if I was an individual that didn't have that personality to want to speak and talk to somebody, how was I going to do that outreach and really ask for help and humble myself?
I came home and there was a restraining order against me, so I wasn't able to be home with my children. And I had, my son was 2.5 at the time, so not being able to be there with my son and my daughter at the time, it put a lot of barriers on me because I couldn't physically be there with my children. I was couch to couch and everything until linked up with Positive Direction.
I have my own very horrific story of reentry. I'm from LA County, born and raised in LA, and I was forced to parole up here to the Bay Area, where I was put into an abysmal housing situation of 17 men in a 5-bedroom house, and just a terrible reentry experience for myself. And 3 years ago, I started thinking about how can we bring dignity to reentry? How could we treat men and women who exited incarceration as human beings and restore their full civil and human rights?
My current position is with Alameda County Probation. My title is Reentry Services Coordinator, and I basically facilitate and help with all of the programs related to employment, education, and career technical education. Some of the things that Alameda County is doing to address some of the challenges that you are experiencing today doing the simulation, as well as some of the challenges that Ebony faced when she came out, is that we have invested quite a bit of money into programs around employment, around education, around family reunification.
And one thing we have to do is talk to those justice-involved people to get their input before we start to give out instructions and directions as to what we feel as professionals should be done. And that's like the human design approach. So by asking justice-involved participants, what do you guys need? So they told us 3 things. We did a survey of justice-involved individuals. And some of the challenges that you justice-involved people have, transportation was number 1. Housing was number 1. So you can't go to work if you have no place to live. Transportation was number 2. You can't go to work if you can't get there. And then they talked about mental and substance abuse support, okay? Because if you're still using or if you have psychological issues, you can't go to work, okay? So now that we know this, I tell my colleagues, we have to make sure people are ready to go to work before we assign them jobs, okay? So I always encourage my participants and my CBO partners to give work readiness instruction. To make sure you're ready to go to work. To make sure you have your documents, to make sure you understand what it takes to do a job, to understand how honest you got to be. And most of the participants absorb the information and become successful. Moving forward, I think it's a great idea if folks like yourself become more involved in community committees, community forums. Make yourself available. Make your voices heard. Because without your voices, nothing gets done. You know, something called the Community Advisory Board was founded primarily on the community. But without your input and your support, that wouldn't have happened.
For instance, it was so impactful at the probation level that now it's in our Probation Officer Orientation Academy. So now we're training all the new probation staff, right? And it's so great because they get right from the beginning. We talk about things like trauma-informed care. We talk about who they're really, working with, and that these folks are part of their family, part of their communities. And so how are we going to treat this person that's before us? But yeah, I know on our side with probation too, something that we really worked hard with is our reentry program. And part of that is condensing our standard terms and conditions of probation. Also pausing for about 6 months when they come out of incarceration to community supervision, just to work on their critical needs, to stabilize them and help them just with the right where they're gonna lay their head at night. What are they going to eat and that sort of thing first, before actually getting into what they need to do and comply with the court. So it's been a big impact in Arizona probation supervision, and I just hope to reach others in the same way.
Could I have $15, please? And your bus ticket as well.
Thank you. To get
Sonia.
your state ID.
Thank you.
And I need $15, please.
There you go. Thank you. And you get that, and then I can mark it on your ticket here.
I believe that's in the back pillar over there. Yeah.
You can actually keep it in. I'll just do it on
You
here.
just gave me $100.
Yeah. So for the
Yes. Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
sorry, your birth certificate and security
Alrighty.
card.
I have a social security card.
Good luck.
All right, may I have it? Can I see it? Okay. Do you have your birth certificate?
I think so.
I need that.
Okay, then you're gonna need to fill out this for your birth certificate,
Okay.
and then you'll need to come back into the line, okay? Sorry. So hold on to this and hold on to this until you come back.
Is there a pen somewhere?
You have to get your own. I'm sorry there. We ran out of pens at the DMV. Sorry. Hello, Raquel.
Alrighty.
How may I help you?
Fill out this form first.
to get my ID.
And
Okay.
then once you fill that
What
out,
do you have your ID and your social security number, your birth certificate, and your okay, great. And then do you have a bus ticket for me, please?
next.
Thank you.
They never gave me a birth certificate. How do I get a California ID if all I got was a social security
So
card?
got your social security card. So I need for you to fill this out.
Oh, it's interesting
then
that it
get
says
back
your
in
social
line,
security
and then
card's
come
not
back
here.
and
So
we can get you
and then I
your
need $15.
ID.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need from me?
ID and bus pass, please. Thank you, that's perfect. And please take a plasma card and read the back. Just choose one of those.
No, yeah. It's just I'm missing my birth certificate.
Uh-oh. You can donate. Awesome.
It says that I can donate twice a week, though, per week.
Yeah, come back.
All right.
Make that money, honey. Hi. How are you, Sonia? Thank you very much. May I see your ID? Perfect. Go ahead and choose a plasma card. What does the back say? You've been drinking and can't donate today. I'm sorry. The AA table's over there.
To get some money.
So unfortunately, we just got a DVD collection, and those are so outdated we can't really do a whole lot with them. So your only other option would be to take out a loan.
And like from you guys?
From me, yes.
So that would this be any value towards the loan, or this is just no value?
No value at all.
So I paid $100 and it doesn't mean anything now. So what does a loan look like with you guys?
Are you employed?
Now she can
No.
select again.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I'm sorry. If you're not employed, you can't get a loan.
Right. And now you put
Have you tried donating plasma?
Hi.
Hi.
You made it the 5 minutes?
I made it back from
And you
work.
got your stuff 144. Awesome. So and looks like you were full time. Don't know if you heard me, but this week it was only 1 bus ticket. Next week it's gonna be 3. All right.
Oh my word.
How can I help you?
NAAA.
2 days in a row. I can only give you one service at a time. So I see your ID, which is great. Can I get a bus ticket?
Right here.
Beautiful. And which would you like to tackle first?
I'm hungry.
Okay. Do you have money?
I do.
Looks like you do. So unfortunately, I'm the food bank. I can't give you food from the food bank if you have money.
Oh, then can you AAA?
Can I get another bus ticket?
You out of bus ticket?
Bleed in your dry over here. Are you out of bus tickets?
I'm out of bus tickets.
Okay. You're gonna have to go get bus tickets. I'm feeling fine. I'm gonna give you a bus ticket to go get more bus tickets. And then when you need it, you have to come back for AANA, and I'll need a bus ticket.
Where your bus tickets at?
Are you all out?
I got one right there.
You got one. Okay, and do you need anything from the church?
Oh yeah.
What can I help you with?
Can you hurry up? I got an appointment like that.
No, I can't.
There you have it. Wonderful. Okay, so I would like to cash this check. Okay. Do you need to eat?
Do I need a what?
Do you need to buy food while you're here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's $25.
Oh, okay.
Do you want the cash the check or do you want to eat?
You can give me the food because that's what I need. Okay. This is the first time I've eaten in 3 weeks.
You're not alone.
Thank you. Now tell me, who gave you a really hard time as one of those role players? Anybody? Employment. Pawn shop. Jeez. Pawn shop. Man, I'm not getting anything else but pawn shop. What did you do? Okay, why was she so mean? What? Tell us.
I was supposed to be able to redeem $100 and she only gave me $45. It was for a camera. She said everyone has cell phones. We don't need cameras.
So, a horrible role player here, right? Horrible. That just put a thorn on your side while you were trying to do what you needed to do, right? And here is this challenge once again, right? Was anyone a great person that helped out? Really? Tell me, somebody. Who? Social services? Social services was nice. The church was nice. Plasma was nice. Who else? Counseling was nice. I heard him. He was so nice. Career guy was nice. All right. So how did that make you feel when you just got a little bit of a smile, some validation, some, encouragement? How did that make you feel? A little bit up, right? Just a little bit. Just keep on going. So if your role is not too much, but maybe your role is sitting behind a front window of the church when people come in, I don't know. You can be that much more of an inspiration and a little bit of hope than a whole damage on their day, right? Even that can help. Even that is a collateral consequence. But something happens here, right? You guys weren't all angels either. That's right. There's a lot that happened, right? You started to play this game. You started to play, and you wanted to win, right? And you did all types of things to win. You may have stolen a little bit here. You may have tried to steal a little bit over here, right? People in the past, they've stolen pins and they robbed the bank. I had a judge who robbed the whole bank one time. Okay? And he got away, I know. But something happened. You start to play this game, right? You want to win. You want to win. And it dawned on me, oh my God, everyone's just surviving.
But what did you think after participating in the simulation?
Completely eye-opening, so powerful. The week one felt like a world full of no. Everywhere I turned, I had $20 in my pocket. I could not donate blood. I couldn't pawn my items. I couldn't get money to buy food. It was overwhelming and so confusing trying to find services.
And you, Roger?
I'm just grateful for the organizers to help us understand the complexity of what people are facing and then all the emotions that come up when we're dealing with these challenges.
What do you think about the experience that people coming home have when you went through this reentry simulation?
It's extremely difficult. It's challenging in every respect. It's not organized. You're going all over town to various offices to get help, to get tested. You have very little money. You're worrying about everything. And at some point you say to yourself, maybe I should go back to prison. It's really difficult. Everything about the reentry process is difficult. It should be made easy, and it's not.
So what would you do differently after going through this experience? How would you take this out to your peers or to whatever organization you work with or know of to help them educate and let them know, like, hey, this needs to change?
I think for sure the big thing for me was kind of removing that judgment just from whatever someone is like doing what they need to do to survive, and so let's try to understand that better.
Now I have patience. You really have to have a lot of patience and understanding, and now I'm just going to start reaching out to everyone, being more compassionate, and if they need help, even if they need me to take them, because everywhere we go we had to pay for bus tickets.
Yes.
Like, people don't have money for that. Right. We already struggling for everything.
And bring home.
Yeah, I would say what I would bring home is like any ignorance that I encounter, I would ask people to re-examine that and really to look this organization up online, for example, and to really try to be empathetic, step in those people's shoes, and really learn more about the experience before judging, because it's so different than people think.
I agree.